The Manchester United training grounds were buzzing with intensity today as the team prepared for their much-anticipated clash against Brighton and Hove Albion. Under the leadership of their new head coach, Ruben Amorim, the squad displayed focus and determination as they aimed to bounce back from recent setbacks and regain momentum in their Premier League campaign. Amorim, known for his tactical ingenuity and disciplined approach, has wasted no time in stamping his authority on the team. His session today emphasised high pressing, quick transitions, and defensive organisation key strategies to counter Brighton's fluid style of play. Players were seen engaging in small-sided games that focused on maintaining possession under pressure, a drill that Amorim personally oversaw. He was particularly vocal, urging his midfielders to be sharper with their passes and encouraging the wingers to exploit the wide spaces. Surprisingly, Raphael Varane and Anthony Martial were conspicuously absent from the session. Sources close to the club suggest that Amorim has decided not to include the duo in the squad for this match, citing tactical reasons and a desire to maintain squad discipline. Varane's exclusion raised eyebrows, as his experience and defensive solidity would typically be an asset against a side like Brighton. Meanwhile, Martial's inconsistency in recent weeks might have influenced Amorim's decision to give others a chance to prove their worth. With Varane and Martial out of contention, Amorim is expected to field a younger, more dynamic lineup. Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez were seen working as a central defensive pair, while Rasmus Højlund and Marcus Rashford looked sharp during attacking drills, suggesting they will lead the line. Amorim is also rumoured to be considering a tactical shift to a 4-3-3 formation, a setup he used effectively at his previous club, Sporting CP. The system would allow Bruno Fernandes more freedom to dictate play while offering defensive stability in the midfield, with Casemiro and Sofiane Amrabat. Brighton, under Roberto De Zerbi, have been one of the league's most entertaining sides, known for their attacking football and resilience. Amorim, aware of the challenge ahead, reportedly held a detailed analysis session with the team, breaking down Brighton's key players and tactics. Players such as Kaoru Mitoma and Evan Ferguson were highlighted as major threats, with specific instructions given to the full-backs and midfielders on how to neutralise their impact. Despite the notable absences and the pressure of the upcoming match, the mood at Carrington was positive. The players appeared united and eager to impress their new boss, with Marcus Rashford summing up the atmosphere in a post-training interview. Manchester United will host Brighton at Old Trafford later today, and all eyes will be on Amorim's first major test as head coach. Fans will be hoping his tactical acumen and bold decisions pay off as the Red Devils look to secure a much-needed victory. The stakes are high, and the stage is set for an electrifying encounter. Manchester United will press ahead for a move for Victor Gyokeres in the summer, in a sign the striker will not leave Sporting Lisbon this month. Gyokeres has emerged as one of the most desired strikers in Europe since joining Sporting from Coventry City in 2022. He scored 43 goals in 50 games to fire them to the Primera Liga title in his debut season. He has followed that up with another impressive campaign in front of goal. The Swedish star has registered 32 strikes in just 30 games to make him one of the leading transfer targets this month. United and Arsenal are both among the clubs chasing the 26-year-old, though he still has another 3 years to run on his contract. That puts Sporting in a strong negotiating position. With that in mind, United are now ready to park their pursuit and come back in for Gyokeres in the summer. That is according to The Independent, who claim the Red Devils are hopeful of holding off their competition to complete a deal at the end of the season. Gyokeres is understood to have an £83 million release clause in his contract. United would not be able to afford that this month without a number of sales, while Sporting are also keen to keep hold of their star striker this month. The two clubs are said to have a good relationship, adding credence to the belief that Gyokeres is more likely to move in the summer. The striker is understood to be keen to step up a level and would love to work with Ruben Amorim, now at United again. While there is hope from within United that they can win a summer race for Gyokeres, Arsenal may mount a move this month. Gunners Chiefs have raised the 26-year-old as a potential target. The injury to Gabriel Jesus has seen them approve a move for a striker in this month's window. Gyokeres, RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, and Brighton's Evan Ferguson have all been mentioned as targets, though Sporting boss Rui Borges is clear he wants his striker to stay until the summer. If we always believe the news. Football is made of this. Players have clauses, It's a big business. As a coach, my focus is on what I have to work on the pitch. That is my primary concern, Borges said earlier this month. I try not to stray from that, as it's the only thing I can control. The rest relates to the club, the structure, the clauses. He is a unique player who is aligned with the team and his teammates. Right there, he is already way ahead. We do not shy away from the importance he holds, having to adapt someone to the team, to the club. Some adapt quicker, others less so. Victor is an important player, and any coach would like to have him until the end of the season. Manchester United's heroic defensive effort at the Emirates Stadium was one that Erik ten Hag might have enjoyed had he tuned in. Lisandro Martinez led from the front with aggression as always. Noussair Mazraoui showed that spirit and fight that has already made him a cult hero at Old Trafford. Lastly, Matthijs de Ligt played a prominent role in keeping Arsenal at bay. De Ligt was the only member of the back three to see out the full 120 minutes in defence. Harry Maguire lasted 104 minutes before the illness that forced him out of training on Friday caught up with him, while Martinez ended the game at centre-forward, with United prioritising height in the back three as Arsenal went with an aerial bombardment. Maguire was magnificent and earned plenty of plaudits for his performance, but De Ligt was equally as impressive alongside him. The Dutchman blocked everything near him and won plenty of headers, while his clearance from under his crossbar in extra time was exceptional. It was a good day to be in United's defence, except for Diogo Dalot, who was dismissed just after the hour mark. Mazraoui played both wing-back roles, won countless key headers from set-pieces and ended the game in the back three. His initial £12.8 million, rising to £16 million, move from Bayern Munich last summer looks like a steal, and Ruben Amorim has quickly become a fan. But for De Ligt, the class has taken longer to shine through. At £42.7 million, he was the more expensive of the two players to join United from Bayern in a double deal in August. He also came with those familiar Ten Hag questions. Ten Hag had made De Ligt his captain at Ajax as a teenager. Now, he was pushing for a reunion with a player who hadn't hit the heights expected in the 5 years since he left Amsterdam. Juventus and Bayern sold him at a loss and endured a shaky start at Old Trafford. This summer, he didn't get a kick for the Netherlands in the European Championship. When his opportunity arrived for his country in September, he was at fault for goals against Bosnia and Germany, and Ronald Koeman took him off at half-time in the latter game to protect him. Ten Hag praised De Ligt when he returned to Carrington and said his quality would shine through at United once he had settled in at the club, having missed out on pre-season. I know Matt and he's a great personality, his character, he will overcome this and will bounce back in this situation Dutch squad, Ten Hag said in September. Definitely not his club situation. I'm not afraid for this situation. I know his qualities, I know his personality, and I know he'll fight back. De Ligt's reunion with Ten Hag lasted only a dozen games before the manager was sacked at the end of October. De Ligt was pained to see the man who had handed him his chance at Ajax and now brought him to Old Trafford go, but he has thrived under Amorim. For all the question marks of the suitability of some players to fit into Amorim's 3-4-2-1 system, his central defenders look well suited to the shape. It is bringing the best out of Maguire. Martinez offers left-footed balance and passing, and De Ligt has played in the system for club and country before. De Ligt has started 10 of Amorim's 13 games in charge, and his partnership with Maguire and Martinez is beginning to flourish. Others stole the headlines at the Emirates, but De Ligt was excellent. With Ten Hag gone, he has settled in without the spotlight that came with being another Dutch signing and another former Ajax player in the previous regime. It was a familiar approach for Ten Hag in the transfer market. It's not been without its success, however. Martinez is returning to his best form, Mazraoui has been excellent so far, and De Ligt is beginning to show signs of returning to his best. All three are key now for Amorim, but De Ligt deserves his moment in the spotlight.